It's Christmas. What did you get your customers, or better yet, what did they get you? So it's Christmas morning. My kids open their presents. That means if you're a dad, you know what I'm about to say. Probably in your house like mine, I'm the IT department. I'm the official toy assembly. Those are my jobs. I'm putting together toys, and as they get older, it's more and more tech-based. And on one hand, one toy came without all the pieces in the box. And normally that's pretty frustrating. But in this case, it was kind of like a shared no big deal between my son and I. We were putting together the pieces and said, well, on the other hand, we got a new piece of technology for my daughter. Took it out of the box. It lights up. It looks glorious. Looks amazing. But it doesn't work. And by the time I finally am ready to set it up and done figuring out all the workarounds I need to do, she's barely interested in the thing anymore. Now, in the first example, it's Lego, right? So since I'm 40-something, I've probably bought, between me and my kids and my nephews and people I bought them for, I've probably bought 100 Lego sets. And never been missing a piece. Never. There's been times when I thought, oh, maybe this will, oh no, here it is. Here comes the piece. It turns up somehow, magically. There's extra pieces, because they throw in some of the smaller pieces. They started throwing in extras. But never missing a piece. And so when this was missing a piece, we looked around, we gave Lego the benefit of the doubt. No tears from my son. He just kept on looking and playing with the thing and took the set and moved on. And then eventually when I got around to it, I went to their website. 2 clicks of a button, they send me the piece. Right? I gave them the benefit of the doubt. They proved it out, right? On the other hand, this company that makes a karaoke machine sends it with these simple instructions that fold out. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step. Take this USB drive, plug it into the computer. It'll download software that loads it with songs, and then you can plug that back into the karaoke machine. You're off and running. Well, you can predict what's going to happen. No computer in the house can recognize the USB drive. And by the way, that's super flawed anyway, because my newest computer doesn't even have a USB drive on it. USB 2 or whatever it is. And by the time I'm sitting there troubleshooting it and figuring out how to get to the software, my daughter gets bored and goes downstairs. I'm up there for over an hour trying to figure out a workaround. And you know what the workaround is? Instead of working with them, I went to their website and downloaded the software, and it asked me to register 200 times. YouTube. Go to YouTube and type in karaoke, and I figure out, oh, I can just get free karaoke and just pipe it directly through this machine. In fact, do I even need the machine? Debatable. Brands are the culmination of the experiences that consumers have with them on an individual level. So all the things you plan in the boardroom don't matter if it doesn't get executed at a customer level. So when you look at Lego and all the experiences that I have had as a customer, as someone who played with it when I was younger, and someone who buys it now for other people to watch and experience their joy, it's delivered so much that I really just don't believe they could do any wrong, right? Coke versus Pepsi can spend all the marketing money they want to reach me. But I grew up with Diet Pepsi in my grandfather's garage, and so I lean towards Pepsi. Just for that single reason, it kind of reminds me of barbecues at Grandpa's house. You can't get past that thing. But what you could do, if you're the maker of this karaoke machine, for example, is make sure your shit works. Make sure your software works. Make sure the USB is actually formatted correctly so it can be read by a Mac or a PC running the most common, most recent updates. You know? The way brands work is really simple. We will buy Lego again. We will never buy whatever that other company was. I'm not mentioning the name of the thing. because I don't need to spend another 90 minutes messing around with something that I don't know if is even going to work. To discover essentially that, oh shit, did I even need to buy this? Could I just bought a flashlight and a mixer? Yeah, and just use YouTube on a laptop or a tablet or one of the other 70 pieces of technology we have in the house. So from the brand perspective, it's got to be, how do we execute at street level? How do we have the hand-to-hand combat that makes sure that our customers get what they want? Christmas only comes once a year. That might be, for a lot of toy brands, that might be the one time where parents are like, well, I got to fill the basket here, and I'm going to take a risk on some of these other things. There are so many toys. There are so many brands desperate to get in that cart, desperate to get on your kid's wish list. And you get a toy and you bring it home and it doesn't work. Your kid's not happy. Not on Christmas, you want the kid to be thrilled. And if they're not thrilled, or the parent's frustrated, it made a mess, or it did something, didn't work just like you wanted it to, or it's a drone and the battery dies in 2 seconds. That's it. You get one crack at it. And for the rest of the year, anytime it comes up, everyone's going to be like, oh yeah, that toy was kind of a bust. If they remember it at all. If they remember it at all. Now for Lego, they get the benefit of the doubt because of 30 plus years, in my case, of goodwill and experience of what they built and what they did. That's not going to happen for everybody. How many brands really have gotten that chance to have 100 at-bats proving themselves? No, not that many. There's some you're forced into. Airlines, you have to fly Southwest if you live in certain parts of the country, or you have to fly Delta if you live in the Southeast. Or, some things are choices, but where there's choices means you really can't mess up. Go look up how many people like Xfinity or Comcast service. They hate it. There are no good comments about it. Nobody's saying good job. And that doesn't mean nobody thinks they're doing a good job, because there's really no reason to be vocal about providing a basic service without messing it up. It's kind of table stakes. But nobody's posting anything even reasonably like, that's okay. Comcast, pretty good. It's all hatred. It's all vitriol. It's all complaints. I had it. I get it. The service is not good. The customer service is not good. The technology is actually pretty forward. Technology is actually not bad. But it's so painful to get to it and to do all the things you want to do. And if you have a problem and you call, it's a nightmare. People just hate the service. But what are you going to do? It's a cable company. It's a monopoly. So you're kind of stuck. But when you move into a place where you have a choice, you're not calling them. You will get DirecTV or whatever your other option is. Because why would you want to put yourself through that? Why would I want to order the toy that failed my daughter on Christmas? Let's get her Lego. I know all the pieces are going to be in there. And if they're not, I know with 2 clicks of a button, they're going to send it. So here's the good news. Christmas is about 51 weeks away. You got a chance to get it right. Go for it.